All right, guys. Hey, guess what? The liberal media is getting involved now, man. It's getting really serious out there. It's not a game. I'm showing you both sides of the political spectrum is joining in on this. The Washington Post has some things to say about Tim Walz fraud with the food stamps. Allegedly, different programs are shutting down. The federal government on every level is hitting on, putting the pressure on full court press. It's going down. Tim Walz got to really come out and get in face face the fire. You talking about 2028? I don't look like no 2028 is coming, brother. It looks like they serious about this. I wish you the best. I wish you nothing but success. But if you could walk up out of this, man, they giving percentages and fractions and all kind of stuff about the possibility you didn't do anything about this fraud in Minnesota allegedly. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's coming down. What's your guys' opinion? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. But when now the side that he support, Democratic liberal side he support, is leaning in now because so much attention and so much information out there that you can't disguise, you can't hide, and you got to be able to speak up on. Now the Washington Post said something. Hey, it's real out here in the field. They like they're jumping ships. I don't know. Let's find out what they got to say.
The Washington Post editorial board is calling for stricter SNAP qualifications across the U.S. as Minnesota fraud scandals unravel under Governor Tim Walz. They say, quote, Walz's boondoggle underlines the need for serious reforms across America. Too bad that too many progressive leaders are lackadaisical at best about cracking down on fraud and errors lest it curtail social services.
Joining us now is senior writer for the Washington Examiner and Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, SNAP is the fourth most likely for fraud of federal programs. Your reaction to the Washington Post editorial board?
Well, you got to wonder, guys, if Governor Tim Walz will blame white supremacy for the Washington Post editorial board, not exactly a bastion of conservative sentiment. An editorial board has never endorsed a Republican presidential candidate in its history, by the way. They're now even calling out Walz and other Minnesota state leaders, and rightly, because now you got to look at all the pressure from federal government under Donald Trump and what he's doing in putting the pressure on Minnesota, and rightly, given the billions of dollars that were stolen allegedly by members of the Somali community for many years.
Right.
HHS has now cut off all child care funds. The Department of Agriculture now investigating SNAP. The Labor Department is now investigating unemployment insurance fraud. And Homeland Security, Justice Department, they're now executing search warrants in a door-to-door fashion. This is a full court press. And I'll leave it here, by the way. Betting markets are now saying that Governor Tim Walz, again, a vice presidential candidate with Kamala Harris in 2024, not too long ago, he now has a 30 times more chance of being indicted than he does of winning the presidency. The way this is going at this point, Nate, I think you might as well put that at 30,000 times at this point.
You know, Joe, honestly, this system, it just needs to be cleaned up. And I know this is, I don't know if this is going to sound good or bad, but maybe this needed to happen at such an obscene level for people to realize how much these programs are being taken advantage of, because a lot of people rely on this and they're just getting swept under the rug because so many people are doing so many things wrong. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh, Ashley, absolutely. And it's not only like what should have been provided. I mean, in some cases, it was an apparition to begin with. I mean, we're talking about food programs for hungry children in places that didn't even produce the types of facilities that would provide that, or even worse, autism services. We know that problem's only getting worse in this country. All these centers that were supposed to open that never even existed. And when you talk about billions of dollars, we're not talking on a federal level where you can say, well, that's not too much when you consider that we're talking like trillions of dollars. This is at a state level that doesn't remotely have the budget for this. So again, accountability goes to the top. That goes to Tim Walz, and he has been deflecting, playing the race card from the bottom of the deck. And now at this point, even liberal media is now investigating this. There is nowhere to go for this man. And we have to wonder, a year from now, will this be seen as one of the biggest stories of 2026? And hey, whatever happened to that guy, Tim Walz, who was running for president at one point?
Hey guys, it's really going down, man. Hey, too much pressure, too much sidestepping, too much dancing in front of the media, the cameras, and action, not taking accountability. The governor of Minnesota Tim Walz, has to step up. Now his whole team, you only could do so much. Now it's being paperwork. Hey man, they're throwing paperwork out there. They're doing legitimate documents. Now you got state representatives of your state coming up. They always want to come up, but you control them. But now you can't stop them now because now the federal level has shed a light on it, so now they can come onto the stage and just kick out more information. Now your whole team, the media, is so bad that the media is trying to be quiet, trying to stay in the corner, hide. They can't hide. They'll come out and say, "Oh man, you got to speak up," and you can't put it on race discrimination and all this other stuff. You got to stand up for your accountability because now there's documentation that's coming out. There's people being charged at the federal level. There's people going to jail. Now there's paperwork. And I teach my kids, it's all about that paperwork. Now it's paperwork. Now you can have your opinion. You can hate a person. But if there's proven document and people are telling the truth that's on that side of the aisle, and they're getting busted and they're giving statements and stuff. Now the top dogs that you could hide and use the people below them can't hide anymore. Now the spotlight is turned up there. The spotlight is up there now. Now you got to show yourself. You got to show your worth. You got to show your work. You can't hide. You can't blame. You can't tiptoe. Now the pressure's so hot and it's so obvious that the big dogs that used to be quiet, they got to come out and say something and distance themselves from you. This is all politics. This is all game. They gotta stay because if they keep quiet, they lose their credibility, and they can't lose their credibility. It's no longer Trump anymore. It's right and wrong. Now the American people are waking up and saying this much wrong, this much stuff been going on, and forget Democrat, forget Republican. Right and wrong ethics. Are you doing your job? Now they got to come out the woodworks. And this administration is putting more paper on the fire, blazing it up. And now they can't stay in the shadows too long. They got to come into the light. Now the truth got to be spoken up. Now there's going to be some more accountability got to be said. And now it's looking on you. So they got to think about: do we cut our losses and let you go, or we stay supportive? Right now, look like they're starting to cut their losses. Yeah, buddy. What y'all think? Give me a comment down below. Do you think this bipartisan war, political war is going on in the media and everything is now slowly being people, you know, soldiers are meant to go to war. Soldiers meant to die. Don't want to die in battle, but soldiers got to die in battle sometimes. So, do you think they're cutting it off with Tim Walz or what? It feels like a little fires under him. What do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. Let me know your opinion. What's going on? Tim Walz, are you going to speak up or are you going to take accountability? True accountability.
Well, hopefully he's held accountable, like you said, to the fullest degree.
For sure. Joe, so I want to get your take on this back and forth between President Donald Trump and actor George Clooney. So we're going to start by showing you Trump's Truth Social. It reads, quote, "Good news. George and Amal Clooney, two of the worst political prognosticators of all time, have officially become citizens of France, which is sadly in the midst of a major crime problem because of their absolutely horrendous handling of immigration. He wasn't a movie star at all. He was just an average guy who complained constantly about common sense in politics. Make America great again." Now, I want to show you Clooney's response. He said, quote, "I totally agree with the current president. We have to make America great again. We'll start in November." Your thoughts?
He's going to start in November, I guess, from, I don't know, the south of France or Paris. So it's interesting. George Clooney says Democrats are going to fight at the same time, like eating a croissant. It's an odd combination. And it's weird that Clooney moved to France because he had a pretty sweet place in Lake Como in Italy.
No kidding.
But again, George Clooney has no... Yeah, seriously, right? I saw it in Ocean's 12. But look, he has no standing here. He was at a fundraiser in Hollywood just days before that disastrous debate for Joe Biden in June of 24 and said nothing. He only wrote that infamous op-ed after it was realized by the country that Biden's brain had turned to applesauce and it couldn't be hidden anymore. And now, because he played Edward R. Murrow in a movie 20 years ago, he thinks CBS moving to the center as it's doing is a very bad thing. So overall, Clooney is going to fight this, I guess, from France. It makes no sense, but more power to him. Nice is quite lovely. I've been there. I don't know if you have, actually. It's quite,
Joe Concha,
quite nice.
as always, thanks so much.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.
It's going down, guys. It's official. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Are they gonna cut ties? Or the party that he is support of gonna cut ties with Tim Walz and send the general, send the lieutenant, send one of their captains, down the guillotine, put him on the front line. He's not taking accountability. Everybody's coming out. Hey, Washington Post spoke up. Or they about to start coming at the governor of Minnesota? Is he about to get the axe? What's your opinion? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Because this fraud is real, and everywhere it's being challenged. It's been put on. It's been on the front stage, the American stage, international stage, political stage. It's out there. You can't duck and hide anymore. What's going to go happen? What's happening? What's going down with this guy? Are they about to chop him? Are they about to let the system have him? He won't be the last allegedly corrupt governor. He's not the first one, and he might not be the last. What's your opinion? Leave a comment down below. Allegedly.